As a part of Maharshi Parashara astrology videos, we are trying to understand the first house, the ascendant, and also about the first house lord or the ascendant lord. The first house basically represents, it signifies the life, longevity, the health of the native, the appearance of the native, the vitality, the gains and profits of the native, right? Means how his life would be as a whole, right? And especially remember, it governs the head and face of the native, right? Gains and profits in the sense, so there are different houses for all of them, especially signifying those gains and profits only, but it's as a whole the picture, right? Mainly the health, the longevity, and also the nature of the person, the characteristics of the person, and also the head and face of the person. It is signified by the first house. So this is the part 4, right, of this particular video series on first house, as explained by Maharshi, the sage Parashara, right? So here in this particular shloka is trying to explain something more about the Lagnesh, means the lord of the ascendant, right? So Lagneshogno Gururvayapi Shukro Va Kendra Konagaha Dirghayuhu Dhanavan Jato Buddhiman Rajavallabhaha. What is it? So the ascendant lord, right, means if the ascendant lord is Mercury, Jupiter or Venus. So if your first house happen to be a Sagittarius or Pisces, you can say your first house lord is Jupiter. And if your first house happen to be the Gemini or Virgo, then your first house lord is Mercury. First house lord is Mercury. So if your first house happen to be Taurus or Libra, then your first house lord happen to be, right, Venus. So first house lord is nothing but the ascendant lord. First house is nothing but your ascendant. So if this particular ascendant lord happen to be Mercury or Jupiter or Venus, and if this particular Mercury or Jupiter or Venus is present in the benefic houses, the 1, 4, 7, 10, the Kendra houses, right? The Kendra houses are benefic. And also the train houses 5, 9, 5 and 9, these two houses are also called as the benefic houses. These are the train houses. So if your ascendant lord is Mercury or Jupiter or Venus, and if it is present in the Kendra house or train house, then you can say the native will be long lived. He has good longevity, means he would live up to 80 to 120 years, right? Long lived, wealthy, intelligent. So what is this? Dirghayuhu means, the ayu means your longevity, your age. Dirghayuhu means the longevity is more. Dhanavan means you get a lot of wealth. Jato Buddhiman means a very intelligent guy. Rajavallabhaha means he is very much Rajavallabhaha means, Vallabha means the favorite. Rajavallabhaha Means favorite of the king he becomes. So just check the beautiness of this particular shloka. How Maharshi Parashara clearly explained, right? The ascendant lord is, if it is Mercury or Jupiter or Venus, and if these three, if one of these three happen to be your ascendant lord and present in Kendra house or trine house, then definitely, the person is going to be something better. It's a long-lived, wealthy, intelligent, and he can be favorite of the king. Especially in using the word the favorite of the king, Raja Vallabha. See how he is able to can say it's Raja Vallabha, because Mercury, Jupiter. Mercury is your intelligence, right? Jupiter is your the inner soul, the inner stuff that you experience. Jupiter is really the prosperity. It is going to give the real direction of your life, Jupiter, right? And also Venus. Venus is your material comforts and pleasure. So there you can clearly see these are actually the Raja Vallabhas only, the favorites of the king only, because with a king always likes to be with an intelligent person, or a person like Jupiter as a minister, right? Jupiter is a kind of minister. He can write Dharma Shastras, means the law and order he can write. He can also write the religious stuff, right? So, and also Venus is like queen, the material comforts and the pleasures, right? So king always likes all these things. Mercury, king tries to be with an intelligent person, and also means intelligent person like Mercury, and also a Jupiter, right, a minister, and also Venus, the queen, right? So that's how he is able to use the word Raja Vallabha also. So remember, if your ascendant lord is Mercury or Jupiter or Venus, and if it is in Kendra or trine house, then yes, you are very lucky. And of course, there should not be any malefic aspect. If there is a malefic aspect, again, you need to reduce some points, right? So the exam is for 100 marks, then you may reduce some marks, obviously. So what about the second one? The next one is Lagneshe Chararasisthe Shubhagraha Nirikshite Kirti Sriman Mahabhogi Deha Saukhya Samanvitaha. And see, Lagneshe, if the ascendant lord is in Chararashisthe, means if it is in Chararashi, there's a concept called as movable sign in astrology, Vedic astrology, Chararashi. What is the meaning of Chararashi? What are Chararashis actually? Aries, Cancer, Libra, also Capricorn. These four are the Chararashis, means the movable zodiac, the movable signs, you can say, the movable signs. What is this movable sign? The concept of movable sign. The Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, only these four are called as Chararashis. So the beauty of these Chararashis is they are able to move the things. So if, let us say, if a government project is not getting on the rails, or it's not actually getting finished, right? It is in pending status. Then these people can actually move them, right? These people can actually move them forward. That's the ability. That's the ability of Chararashis. So what should be present in Chararashi here? Lagneshe Chararashisthe, right? Means your Lagnesh, means if your ascendant lord is present in these Chararashis, then it is very good. And also it should be placed in this Chararashi, and also there is a Shubhagraha Nirikshite, means there should be an aspect of a benefic planet then also the person would be Kirti Shriman Mahabhogi Deha Saukhya Samanvitaha. He get lot of bodily comforts, Mahabhogi, he becomes very enjoyable person, very happy person, abundant, he would have all the pleasures, right? Kirti Shriman, he would have lot of Kirti, the fame, right? Also Deha Saukhya means the body comforts, right? So whenever your ascendant lord is in Aries or Cancer or in Libra or in Capricorn, then you remember. And also there must be a benefic aspect from some planet, right? Then only it will power up, right? So in that case only this kind of fame, wealth, bodily comforts, all of them will be yours. And then Budho Jivaha Athva Shukro Lagne Chandra Samanvitaha means Budho means the Mercury, Jivaha means the Jupiter, Athva or Shukra means Venus, Lagne Chandra Samanvite means in the Lagna, if it is with Chandra means moon. So if Mercury or Jupiter or Venus in the Lagna, right, situated in the ascendant together with moon, what a great thing, a moon is with your Mercury in the ascendant, moon is with your Jupiter in the ascendant. So of course right, Jupiter and moon conjunction, the Gajakeshari yoga, we'll discuss that Gajakeshari yoga later. But see, if you have this Jupiter and moon in your ascendant, even if nothing is good in your horoscope, you will become a king. You will be a king, definitely. That is one of the ultimate things. The super things is Jupiter and moon are very much comfortable in your ascendant. That's it. You will be a king. Means that's it in the sense, see, if they must be comfortable. Only the Jupiter and moon. There should not be any malefic aspect on these two planets, and these two planets are very happily sitting in your ascendant. That's it. You will be a king. That's it. What a great thing. This is very true. You may just ignore it, but this is the best things I observed in so many horoscopes. Yeah? So Budho Jivaha Athva Shukro Lagne Chandra Samanvitaha Lagnat Kendragato Vayapi Raja Lakshana Samyutaha. So here of course Maharshi Parashara is explaining the Raja Lakshana only, means he would be like a king, he behaves like a king, right? But I see some of the horoscopes of great people, I observed they are just really great because of this Jupiter moon conjunction in ascendant, or Mercury moon conjunction in ascendant, or Venus moon conjunction in the ascendant, right? That is very great thing. And not only in the ascendant, even Lagnat means from the Lagna. Lagnat means from Lagna, means from ascendant. Kendra Gato means even if this conjunction happened to be in the Kendra, 1, 4, 7, 10 houses also, it is going to give the royal marks. So always, the benefit, what Maharshi is explaining here is the benefic conjunction in a benefic house. 1, 4, 7, 10 are the benefic houses, and Jupiter, Mercury and Venus with moon. See, moon is also coming there. That's a beautiful thing, right? So Jupiter and moon, or Mercury and moon, Venus and moon, right? So this kind of conjunction happened to be in the Kendra houses. It's a very beautiful thing that is going to give the kingly nature of for a person, right? It gives a lot of benefits. So there must not be any malefic aspect, of course. If there is a malefic aspect, then again you need to reduce the marks. Out of 100, you're going to remove some marks based on the intensity. You check, okay, this happens to be something wrong with this planet aspect on this ascendant, so let me reduce some marks, right? So this is about the sloka, a very nice sloka from Maharshi Parashara. So he is explaining the beauty, actually, right? The beauty of Vedic astrology means the 1, 4, 7, 10 houses are the benefic houses, and the benefic planets Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and Moon. The conjunction of Moon with one of these three, that's Jupiter, Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus. Jupiter is the giver of life for you. So, right, he's the greatest. Is a one of the biggest planet. This is the biggest planet in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system, so its impact is impeccable. And Venus is your material comforts and pleasures, right? Everyone needs that in the. So as you have some human body, you always you always think of the material comforts and pleasures. Mercury is the intelligent, your communication, your intelligence, your logical thinking. So if you have Mercury, you would ultimately think very logically, your communication is very good, then automatically you would get some fame, right? So Moon is your emotions and mind, and also, if Moon is also adding to these things, the emotions and the mind, also adding to your if it is adding to your Jupiter, then how good it is. And that too, if it happens in a benefic house, how much good it is. Just imagine. That is the concept he is explaining. And Mercury is your intelligence and communication, and if your emotions, your mind is also joining with that communication, and that is also happening in a benefic house, see how much beautiful it is. And also your Moon, the emotions and mind, right? The thoughts. Moon is nothing but your emotions, your thoughts, right? All this stuff. So if it is happen to joining with your Venus, the beauty, the material comforts, the relationship comforts, the relationships, and see how much beautiful it is. And that too, if it happens in a Kendra house, 1, 4, 7, 10, or in a Trine house, so 5, 9, and definitely it is going to give Raja Yoga, or it will always give you the kingly status. You will enjoy a lot in your life, right? So this kingly, actually this Raja Lakshana means it will give you some kingly marks, the royal marks it will give you. So even see, it is happened to be in your first house. So ultimately those Raja Lakshanas come to your means the kingly stature comes to your body, basically. Means your body looks very great, like a king, right? Maybe you need to check your 10th house or your other houses, if you can really gain a lot in your life. The second house of the finance, if you see, this is the explanation for the first house. Of course, first house also governs the whole life, right? So that's why you can say the Rajalakshana Samyutaha has some greater meaning here. Definitely is not only is giving so much of beauty and so much of strength to your body, it also gives so much of strength to your life, the longevity and also the whole life, right? That's why I observed in some of the horoscopes, the great personalities, they just have Jupiter and Moon sitting very much comfortably in their resonant, and that's it. They have become chief ministers of some states. A very great thing, right? The Jupiter Moon conjunction, or the Mercury Moon conjunction, or this Venus and Moon conjunction. Of course, Venus and Moon conjunction have some bad effects, some people say, right? We'll discuss that later. That may give some problems in married life, but that is not you cannot completely agree with that, but we'll try to understand that kind of energies also, right? We need to understand the energies, just instead of remembering the whole things. You only need to concentrate on one thing: good houses, right? What are the good houses? 1, 4, 7, 10, 5, 9. These are the good houses. And their lords are also very good for you, right? And the bad houses, 6, 8, 12. These are the bad houses. And their lords are also make things worst. So how these people are playing in the horoscope, right? And you need to understand Mercury is your communication, intelligence, logical thinking. Venus is your pleasures, relationships, comforts. And Jupiter is your inner voice, your, what you really try to seek in your life. What is your soul is speaking always, right? That and Sun is going to give you the willpower, right? Your self-esteem is your Sun. And Moon is your emotions, mind, right? And also this Rahu is your wishes, your unlimited desires. It's too materialistic. And Ketu is spiritualistic. Also he may give you detachment, right? Ketu is detachment, spirituality. Talk about that. He may give abundance also, just to detach you from the abundance, right? You feel very bored with that abundance, and you ultimately seek some seclusion, right? And Saturn is your hard work. It's a slowly moving planet. Saturn is your focus. Saturn is your direction. Saturn is your discipline, your commitment, your slowness, your hard work. It's all Saturn, right? So Mercury is your communication, logical thinking, and even Rahu is, of course, out of the box thinking. It's very much intelligent. It's out of the box, and it's a kind of manipulative and deceiving kind of nature. And these are the planets, right? So Raja Lakshana Samyutaha, the Jupiter moon, the Mercury moon, or Venus moon in the ascendant, comfortably placed, or in the Kendra houses, or only in the Kendra houses, he said, right? Lagnat Kendra Gato. Only from Lagna, only Kendra. 1, 4, 7, 10. This conjunction, the Mercury moon or Jupiter moon or the Venus moon conjunction happened to be in 1, 4, 7, 10. Only Kendra Gato, right? So that is the shloka explanation. We'll try to understand some more aspects of first house. Thank you.